Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
And hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner along, three-time winner on the PGA Tour, Johnson Wagner. They're playing the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial in Fort Worth, Texas. Every week, Johnson, we're reminded of a couple of things. One, Scottie Scheffler's not going anywhere. And two, there are a lot of good young players out on tour these days. One of those would be Davis Riley. We've been waiting for him to break through. Player with a good pedigree out of Alabama, 27 years old, third year on tour.
He's had a really good start to his career, very consistent. This year, not so much. He's missed 7 of 14 cuts, but he has it all clicking here at Colonial.
Yeah, par 5 first, third from the bunker.
Really nice position to be in, able to generate a lot of spin to stop it close.
Gets to 8 under par. Then it's par 4 second from bunkers. A tough shot, 50 yards.
The hardest shot in golf, having to hit a 50-yard bunker shot. And you just can't fluke it with that. That was perfect contact, able to get a lot of spin and set up for another birdie.
Yeah, 9 under par. Go to the par 4 sixth, his second shot from 115 yards.
Growing up in the South, he knows how to play out of Bermuda lies. Judging wedge distance control is very difficult. This lands perfectly in the front fringe, kills the speed, leaves it underneath the hole.
10 under. Now the par 4 9.
After a little rain delay, before the rain delay, this would be the last shot he hit before the delay. Really an awkward, long putt. He lags it up there to about 3 feet.
So from there he marked, then the horn blew. About an hour delay, came back out. Good thing he didn't have to wait until tomorrow morning. Clean it all up, and that's a bogey-free round of 6 under 64. His good buddy Nick Hardy, they won the Zurich together a year ago. So a comfort level playing with one of his good buddies. Drove it well. You have to hit fairways here, and 25 putts. And after the round, Davis Riley with Haley Hunter.
Thank you. Well, Davis, 66-64, your lowest 36-hole score yet on the PGA Tour. Just what was working so well for you these last couple of days?
Yeah, I think the key to this place is driving it in the fairway because the rough is pretty long. And, yeah, driving it well, and that kind of opens up my iron play, which I feel like is going well for me right now. So, yeah, just trying to create opportunity. And then when I hit the shots close, I was able to make the putts and, made for a pretty stress-free 6 under.
How nervous were you going back out for that 3-footer?
It was kind of one of those things, it's like icing the kicker a little bit. But, no, luckily it was a 3-footer straight up the hill, so it wasn't too much to worry about. And, just excited to post a good score today and looking forward to the weekend. Over
the past year, you've struggled a little bit with your ball striking. What was the difference for you that's allowed you to kind of find your way there?
Yeah, like you were saying, just the consistency of it. I've just struggled to put 4 good ball striking days together earlier this year, and I felt like it was there. I was struggling to find it a little bit for the entirety of a tournament, and then kind of fought some injuries along the way that kind of kept me out of the rep count to kind of get me out of that hole a little bit. But yeah, just I've been rehashing some old memories with the swing coach Jeff Smith, who's been helping me out a lot this probably month and a half recently, and just kind of going back to some old things when I was playing really well in my rookie year, and yeah, just kind of trying to pick up, try to bring back some old memories from that, and yeah, I feel like it's doing pretty well.
What are some of those old trusty things you're going back to?
Yeah, I just think keeping it simple. Yeah, just just a few swing cues here or there, nothing crazy. I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything, just kind of getting back to my old form, and I just feel like sometimes us golfers, we're kind of crazy. We kind of try to make it harder than it is sometimes, but yeah, just honestly, simplicity has gone a long ways for me.
Well, hey, you've been in this position before, the 2022 Valspar Championship. What can you draw on from that experience as you go into the weekend, basically, with the lead?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's anytime you get in contention, it's nice to draw back on memories from that. And obviously, here in my rookie year, I was, I think I was tied for the leader in the lead going into the back nine Sunday here in my rookie year. So, I like this place a lot, feel comfortable around it. And yeah, like you said, in tournaments like Valspar and, here 2 years ago, just trying to draw back on memories and just, hopefully cap it off and do a little better this time.
Davis Riley on the lead at the midway point in Fort Worth. This is a guy we've known about for some time, even back to his junior days. He lost in the finals of the USGA Junior Amateur Championship twice to two guys you may have heard of, Scottie Scheffler and Will Zalatoris. Good career at Alabama, solid on the Korn Ferry Tour. What's sort of prevented him from getting to another level?
It's a great question. I don't really know because he does everything so well, but and he's been very consistent his first 2 years. But this season, it's all kind of gone by the wayside. He's driven it poor. His irons have been poor. Everything, chipping, putting. But this week, everything's kind of aligning itself. He's missed 7 of 14 cuts, which is not Davis Rally type numbers. He's only had one top 25, which was a 14th in Houston. But he's on a golf course he spoke with Haley about that he's comfortable. Had a chance here his rookie year, finished 4th. Valspar, where he lost in the playoff to Sam Burns, is also a very comfortable course, very similar. Got to drive the ball well.
He's 150th FedEx Cup points. Season's moving along here. Explain why it's so important these next 2 days for Davis Riley and keep going down the line, Hayden Buckley and players like that.
Well, opportunity to get in, if he has a good week, a good weekend, he can get in the Memorial, which is the next signature event, possibly even Hartford. But if he doesn't have a good weekend, his chances of getting in that top 125 or top 70 are fading because given the structure of the tour, there's not that many full field opportunities left this year. Couple alternate events, but he needs to strike while he's hot here and capitalize on a good start.
Good vibes at Colonial for Davis Riley. He was tied for 4th here a couple of years ago. Different ball game now, 66 and 64, and he is leading. And on his heels, he wants to look in the rearview mirror, is world number 1, who's only won 4 of his last 6 starts. Scheffler played his way back into it today with a 65.
He did, and what was so impressive was that he kind of bookended the round. He had a lot of birdies in the middle part, but had great up and downs and great saves on. He started on back 9, had a nice up and down on 10, long par putt on 12, made a nice up and down on 17, and then he just went off on making the turn to the front side. But then on the last few holes, great up and down on 8, was short-sided out of a bunker, and then holed it on 9 to finish 4 par from over the back of the green. So Scottie had it all going. Kind of a tale of 2 days for him. His ball striking, which is so reliable, was awful yesterday by his standards, was 117th in the field. Today he had that back, and he was able to make the amount of birdies that he usually does.
We all know what he's been through over the last couple of weeks. Over par on Saturday after having posted 41 consecutive rounds to start 2024 at par or better. And then he's over par yesterday, so 2 of 3 rounds since the arrest on Friday over par. It would have been understandable, Johnson, had he just not had his best stuff today. Took the missed cut, went back home to Dallas, hadn't missed a cut in almost 2 years. It was what now, 37 straight cuts he's made. But that's not how he's wired.
He's a competitive guy, loves playing at Colonial. Last 2 years, he's finished 2nd and 3rd. And in each of those events, he's had a round of 72. And so for him to think, like, as bad as he played yesterday, for his bad round to be 72 around this place, as we saw Max Homa shoot 78, I think it says a lot about the way he's willing to just gut out a round when he doesn't have his best stuff.
What do you think he needs on the weekend?
I think the score is going to be 15 under. So I think he needs.
You think it's going to be that deep?
I do. I think he needs to go 64-64.
Even with Riley and Buckley not having a whole lot of experience.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance, but I do think 15 under.
You get past those 2 guys, and you're at 6 under par. Keegan Bradley, biggest winner of those guys at -6. Saturday on Golf Channel, a European Tour, DP World Tour. We're with you at noon. Senior Major on NBC, Schwab at 1 on Golf Channel. Then we're back to wrap up a big day at 6 Eastern here on Golf Channel.